industry. It takes a piece of your heart. Every rejection. But you handle it. It's part of the life. You find a way to keep going. Sometimes it's like taking your rapist out for breakfast in the morning.
I'll drink to that.
Could I get everyone's attention, please? First, I want to give a special shout out to Alexis, who couldn't be here tonight. She may only have been in the opening of the film, but those scenes set the tone. She's the Janet Leigh, Drew Barrymore, and Amanda Wyss of this film. Her death was the catalyst to my dreams coming true. Ladies and gentlemen, I give you our teaser trailer.
I've given up too much of my life. Too much for this industry.
You and I both.
Think you have it hard now? Try being an actress of my generation. The things we had to endure. The leers. The groping. Sometimes, so much worse. Yes, the roles have dried up. But so have the tears.
What do you know about editing software?
Not much.
Well, you're in luck. It's all about proper transitions, when to cut out of a scene. So tell me, how impressed were you by the teaser?
It's a masterpiece.
Boom, there you go. That was the trailer for That's a Wrap, a horror thriller arriving to digital platforms on August 25th. I'm Kuya. This is Nerds Rule the World. And as you see on the screen, I'm so excited, so delighted to have one of the stars of That's a Wrap, Monique Parent. Thank you so much for your time today. I appreciate you.
Thank you. It's a joy to be here.
Excellent. Thank you so much. That's a wrap. That was a wrap on the trailer. That's a wrap is a film. I can't wait to watch this as a fellow actor myself and as a filmmaker. When I saw the trailer to this before we kind of showed it to the people just now, I can't wait to see it. And thankfully enough, I have the screener. So in a few hours from now, I'm going to be checking it out so I can get that advanced look, maybe drop a review and everything for the channel. It looks awesome. It touches on those things because, like I said, as an actor filmmaker that is now talking to you right now, I love this industry. Yes. It is a art form. It's not just for me, something that I'm looking to just get prestige or money. While that will come, in due time, we all want that.
Well, there's very little prestige and no money.
It ain't about that, right? And currently right now we're in a SAG-AFTRA strike. I'm hoping, and WGA, I'm hoping that, that our fellow creatives get everything that we're owed and due. It's crazy right now, but I love what this film is about. It touched on those things that I love about the art form. So I just can't wait to dig in, Monique. So I just wanted to give you some kudos, some props just off the top. I'm sorry if I went a little long there.
You are going to love this movie. This movie is fun. I mean, it's a horror movie, but it's a horror comedy. And, it was one of those where they didn't really start it. And then Joe started writing it. And he's like, I think this is going to be a comedy. Because we make so much commentary about so many things that happen in our industry. And I mean, some of it's serious, some of it's teasing, some of it's fun. It's being in the business, you are going to really appreciate it.
Yeah, I feel like there's some inside baseball, if you will,
Oh, yeah.
That is going to touch upon, even the way it was cut and edited. So shout out to the whole team, the crew behind this as well. I love it. It takes a village, y'all. Again, shout out to the entire cast and crew.
It
takes a village
absolutely does. There's nobody can shine alone. It's everybody. It's all or nothing.
Completely agree. All right, Monique. So tell me how you climbed on board when you saw the call or your agent reached out to you. Tell me, take me back to the project first being introduced to you and then getting the role.
This one was a little different for me. I got an email or text. I'm not sure how it started. I got contacted by Joe Netter, the writer, who I have met socially several years ago through a mutual friend, and see him now and there, but we haven't been close buddies until we started working on this. He said, I've got a script, and this role, I basically wrote it with you in mind. So if you're not interested, I don't know really what we're going to do. It's like, so hoping you're down for it. And I read it and I went, this is meaty. This is yummy. As an older woman, this is not a role that we get a lot. We don't often get something that has something you can really sink your teeth into. And this is a yummy, yummy character.
I love that. And yeah, it's just we can talk, I'm sure, on ageism, as a person of color in this industry. Yes. That's why I'm also behind here talking to you as well, showing love to my fellow creatives. That's amazing. And that's such an honor and a beauty that the writer had you in mind for this. Yeah.
I mean, he said he always wanted to tell the story of, or have a character in something that was, sort of an old time movie star, somebody who had come from years past and had lived through the business for a long time. And we touch on all of that I have a wonderful monologue that he wrote for me that touches on all of that.
I love that. Okay. So without spoiling, you read the script, you fell in love with the character, you saw yourself in it, but what did you want to add? What was a little bit more, he might have had you in mind, but was there anything that you personally wanted to bring to the table, or is there a particular sequence that when you got to actual production that you were really looking forward to on that film day? Oh, I can't wait for this scene to just blow it out the water.
I like I said, there's a monologue near the end of the film. The movie's like, for about 2/3 of the movie, it's a 90s slasher flick. It's got some over the top kills. It's got kills that are insane and some that are just kind of funny and some that are wild and just like, oh my God, I can't believe they did that. And then around the third act, it takes a turn. And now it becomes more of a drama. Now it becomes a little more serious. We've still got horror aspects all through it. There's still lots of fun kills, but it really takes that turn 2/3 of the way through and becomes much more dramatic. And that was what interested me. I like the fun, but then when it became this monologue, and it's like, I've lived through that. I've lived through that. I've lived through that. These are my stories, even though they are not my stories. They are universal, which is horrifying, but truth. And it's lovely to get something to go, I know everything about this woman. I know everything she's gone through. I know all the little cuts and wounds that have been inflicted on her for 30 plus years. And I want to bring them to life and bring more to them.
Oh my goodness. I feel like because of, and again, sharing the same trait as you, like you said earlier, I'm going to love this film. I feel it because I think just from the subtle nuances of what you're kind of describing and not trying to spoil, that it's really going to talk on some things that I know and I've seen in this industry for so long. I've been acting since 1995, so. Yeah.
So just about as long as I have.
I'm an old head. I'm losing the hair now, but I've been in. I love it. So working on this project, I see a bunch of stars. I've spoken with Serena Vincent. Tell me about some of your fellow castmates in working on this project.
I did not get to work with Serena Vincent, which is just a travesty, but that leaves room for us to do it somewhere in the future.
Exactly.
And I'm looking forward to that. I loved working with Sarah French. She is always a joy. She's one of the producers on this, as well as, the scenes that I have with Sarah flow so easily. We literally would be able to just start shooting the breeze, chit-chatting, and we could go right into our dialogue, and then we could go right into chit-chatting, and then back into our dialogue. It was so natural and easy for us. Robert Donovan, I haven't worked with in many years. And it was a delight to work with him again. He plays my husband. And the way he plays this character is so beautiful. It's so wonderful. It's not the nicest character. And many people would have played him sleazy. And he is sleazy. But there's sort of a purity in the way that Robert plays him that's beautiful. It's really fun to see.
Oh man, can't wait.
Sorry, my allergies.
All good. So amazing cast from what I see, and people that are just regulars from character actors like myself,
Yes.
if you will. We're not all stars, people, but
No.
we are stars in our own right. Let's put it out there.
You know what's great about being a character actor? You can work in so many things and never ever get recognized, or rarely recognized.
Yeah.
When people recognize me, it's more like, did I go to high school with her? She looks familiar. Yeah. And then they keep going.
I love it. Yes. We just want to have fun, and that's what we get paid to do, is have fun. I love it. So you work on this project. Tell me about the actual production. We're in COVID times where people still don't, we're climbing out, who knows, there's been spikes. Anyway, what was it like working on a set? Because again, we're a lot more protective on sets. How was it on this project?
Yeah, we were still very protective COVID wise. We all COVID tested before we started shooting. We all did COVID tests when we'd walk into the set and, do an instant and do it and go have a seat over there away from everyone. And okay, now you may join us and play. And we never had anybody that we kicked off, but very glad that we took those precautions, and we were very cautious about it. We shot in 9 days.
Oh, wow.
And we shot at one soundstage. And the reason we were able to shoot so fast is because it's a movie the whole movie takes place on a soundstage. So we didn't have to broom out anything in the back.
Okay.
We had C-stands and lighting equipment and camera equipment, and just leave it there because it's fine to show it on camera. Whereas most of the time when you're filming, you're like, we've got to get rid of every bit of filmmaking equipment. It was fine to have it. So that was nice. That made it really quick. It all takes place in one night. So we all just have one wardrobe. That makes it a lot easier.
Very true. Well, another reason I ask is because what I love about filmmaking is we develop as a set family. You develop a new batch of family members.
It is family. And we literally became a family on this film. Joe Netter, Marcel Waltz, Sarah French, they are now the house guests in my home for every holiday. We just had a pizza party the other day to sort of celebrate what's about to happen. They've become just incredibly great friends.
I love that. I love it. I love, again, it's part of the filmmaking process that is just such a beauty. So with that being said, it's now coming out, everybody, August 25th on all digital platforms, the horror thriller, That's a Wrap. Did y'all do a screening or are you guys doing anything for this? And have you been able to chat with everybody else?
Well, we had a cast and crew screening back in November.
Okay.
And that was super fun. So we all got to play dress up and do over the top looks and do the red carpet thing. And so that was very satisfying and fun. It is going to be screening at Popcorn Frights in Florida, I believe on the 18th. And it's going to be screening in London at the Fright Fest UK Film Festival. It's going to be on Friday, August 25th at the IMAX Theater, which is a 700-seat theater, and the show is sold out. And I'm going to be announcing it. And it's scary and exciting because I'm going to be there.
Yes.
So yes, decided to go to London.
Awesome. Hey, congratulations, Monique. That's amazing.
You.
Again, everybody, check out the horror thriller That's a Wrap on all digital platforms, August 25th. And I know she said it's sold out in certain areas, but if there's other areas, just take a look. She mentioned a lot of places, Florida, the cons, go go check it out. But another thing I just wanted to bring up, Nerds Rule the World is a YouTube based show. I'm also here in the DC area on 103.5 WTOP-FM Radio. So I get a lot of listeners from that as well, given my entertainment picks. But what I love to see when I was reading more about you, Monique, is you're on YouTube as well, and you've taken your skills as an actor, and all the beauty secrets that you've learned along the way. Because I know I've been, as an actor, we're just a dummy to be painted on in all different ways. Yeah.
But we learn things.
You now share that online on YouTube.
We learn a lot while we sit in that chair.
Yes.
We see people, they don't do as much makeup on the men unless they're doing real character things. But, we see, it's like, oh, that's interesting. Why are you using that eyeshadow? Oh, that reason. Okay, now I understand that. When I first decided to embrace my natural gray hair, it was a big learning curve for me because I had to redo my makeup and I didn't know what to do. And I looked in all the magazines, just like I did when I was a little girl. How to do makeup, how do you do it when you've got gray hair? And there were no gray hair women in any of the magazines. And I thought, well, if I'm in the industry and I'm feeling this way, then a lot of other women are also feeling this way. I'm not a professional makeup artist, but I can take what I've learned and share it with others. And maybe they will learn something. And I don't mind making a fool of myself. I mean, as an actor, how often do we do that anyway, right?
Exactly.
We love to make fools of ourselves.
I love that. So when did this bulb went off in your head to kind of share what you know? Did it start at the pandemic or anything? And how has this journey been?
I did this 7 years ago. I started it and it's doing well. I have 325,000 subscribers.
Hey!
Yeah. And I do a streaming show every Monday night. And tonight I'll be talking about this.
Lovely. That is awesome. I when I saw that, I just love everything about that. As a filmmaker myself, not booking every job, which we know there's 95% no's, 5% yeses, if that, So why not celebrate the art form for me and talk to other filmmakers and creatives like this and share? And so doing what you're doing is amazing. It's inspiring. I love that.
Thank you. You are also inspiring. I love that you are doing this and spreading the love with all the filmmakers.
Appreciate you so much. Before we get out, another couple, I forgot I have two more things. I'm sorry.
Okay.
How can people find you online? Again, I'm gonna have all the links in the description below. For if you're driving right now, please be safe, especially here in the DC area. There's crazy traffic. Take a moment, and when you get to their place of destination, I'll have all the links in the description. But if you can remember, Monique, how can they find you?
It's my name, Monique Parent. MoniqueParent. Put a little @ in front of it. There we go. That's me on YouTube. I'm at Monique Parent YT. On Instagram and Twitter and Facebook, it's just at Monique Parent.
There you go, y'all. Make sure you do all the follows, the subscriptions there, all the things. I'll be doing the same. Monique, That's a Wrap is a wrap. It's dropping August 25th. Is there any other projects coming up along the way besides your makeup on YouTube and just all the things that we're going to follow on and learn about?
I have another film that's going to be at the same Fright Fest UK called Creeping Death. Don't know when that's coming out yet, probably sometime in October. And also another film with Neon Noir called Garden of Eden. And that is very, very dark horror film.
Do you like the horror films in regards to genres?
It's interesting. I love acting in horror films. I am such a baby about watching horror films.
I love that. So am I. You just get to have more fun. It's yes. A lot more fun.
Yeah.
So amazing. I can't wait to check you out when those drop. I'd love to have you back to give you all your flowers and promote that when I can.
Thank you. I look forward to it. Yeah.
That would be amazing. And my very last question that I always do, and I almost forgot. It's been a crazy day. As I was telling Monique earlier, I had to go through a monsoon to have fun with her today, and I'm having so much fun right now. So I apologize for my wackiness. Just making sure I get it all in. What I always like to ask, because I'm a card-carrying nerd, this channel is called Nerds Rule the World because we do. I know you're a nerd too, Monique.
I am a nerd.
If you were to give a TED-style talk on something you're nerdy about, and it can be film because we know you're an actor, we know you love it, and it can be makeup because you've learned about that. You have a show about that. What is something nerdy that you're so nerdy about that you could talk on that people don't know about?
Gardening.
Oh, I love that.
Gardening nerd. I actually read the Sunset and Garden Encyclopedia cover to cover twice because it's and I nerd out on plants. I walk around and I like, oh, that's a this and that's a this, and it's like, I'm nerdy about plants.
I love that. I'm an empath. I feel with everything, and that's just all part of it. Like, even because it was raining, I don't mind that it was raining because it's nurturing our ground. My garden in the back, I have a garden as well, along with my wife. We have peach trees in the back.
I'm jealous. I am jealous of your peach trees.
It's awesome. So again, Monique Parent, y'all, we just learned she's a gardening nerd, and she has an amazing film, a horror thriller called That's a Wrap, that's arriving on all digital platforms on August 25th. I can't wait to have you back, Monique.
I'm looking forward to it because nerds do rule the world.
There you go. It's your boy.
Say that right. I need to say that again because nerds do rule the world.
There you go. Nerds rule the world, y'all. We're out. Thank you so much, Monique.
Thank you.